Hello everybody, how lovely to see you again. I'm going to share a story with you today, and it's a story that's a new story to me. It's a story that was first shown to me by one of our other teachers, Mrs. Armstrong, and she shared it with me, and I want to share it with you today. It's a book called Kind, and it's written by Axel Scheffler. And what's one of the things that's special about this book is that it has pictures in it that have been drawn by 38 different illustrators. And if I open this bit here, you can actually see the names of all the different people who have illustrated part of this book. There are some really famous illustrators in there, like Sir Quentin Blake. I'm sure you remember some of his stories. So, see if you can spot some different styles. The book is called Kind. What can you do? What can you do to be kind today? Imagine a world where everyone is kind. How can we make that come true? Well, here's a good place to start. We can wave to people. We can shake hands. Or we could do in the old days before we were in our pandemic. Nowadays, we can't shake hands anymore. Some people just wave instead. Or some people do air shakes from a distance. We can wave. We can talk to each other. We can begin to have fun together and smile. Just give someone a smile. It's a good place to start. Here are lots of different ways to be kind. We can listen to people, especially when they're sad. We can give them a hug if they're feeling lonely, even a virtual hug. If someone is frightened or worried, we can offer to hold their hand or virtually hold their hand. If they're in trouble, we can see if we can help. Can you tell a story to cheer them up? It's good to listen to their stories too. And let's make sure no one is left out when we're playing a game and that everyone is cared for. Have you ever made a kindness jar? Sounds like a very Mrs. Dudman thing to do. Every time you do something kind, you put a marble or a button into a jar. I bet you could fill that jar up very quickly. Maybe that's something to try. Find yourself a jar, and every time you're kind to someone, put something into the jar. Even a little bit of paper with a picture of how you've been kind. And see how many kind things you can put in your jar before you come back to school. It will be so lovely to have you bringing in your jars with all your kind things in them when you come back to school. I would love to see that. Or you could share it on your dojo pages. Your teachers let me see those too. What else can you do to be kind today? Here are some other good ideas. Could you help carry a bag? Or, this is a good one, could you pick things up that other people have dropped? I wish my family would be kind and do that with all their clothes every day at home. Or, let someone else go in front of you. When we're lining up, and we're really good now at lining up with gaps in between us, if someone comes with just a small amount of shopping and you've got an enormous amount of shopping, sometimes you see people letting them go in the line, still keeping the gaps, to allow them to go first. That's a kind thing to do. Here, they're lining up for an ice cream, and the tortoise has let the other animal go first because, look closely, and the other animal has got a bad leg, so it would have been hard for him to line up with all the other people. It's really kind to be patient even when you don't feel like it. Animals need lots of kindness too. There's a lovely picture of a park. How many children can you see being kind to animals? Can you spot somebody feeding animals? What do you do best? Well, we're all good at different things, so let's give everyone a chance to shine. Sometimes extra kindness is needed, such as when you meet someone who's new where you live. Could you be a good friend and help them feel at home? What's their favourite game? Is it a quiet game or is it a really noisy game? If they're trying to learn our language, perhaps you can tell them new words. And there's some really good useful words here. Good morning, laugh, family, my friend, love, home, hello, school, help, play, peace, welcome. Can you see that one? Kind. How about learning some words from their language? Look at all these different ways of saying hello. Wow. There are many different ways of saying hello on that page. Can you spot the language that you can speak? Can you see this one here? Hola. I tend to use hola a lot when I come into your classrooms. Hola is hello in Spanish. Sometimes people have lived through very hard times. They've had to leave their homes and their countries because of danger. They're brave and amazing and have extraordinary stories to tell. How can we welcome them? Could you share your toys with them or draw a picture? Sometimes people say we don't have enough to share and there's no room for anyone anymore. But maybe you can say there's plenty of room for everyone. Come on in and have fun. After all, if you don't let people in, you'll never know what you're missing. There might be a wonderful new friend just outside the door. Everyone is valuable and we all have gifts to share. Let's be curious about the world and all the people in it. It's fun to see what we do that's the same. Football is played all over the world. But it's also fun to see what we do differently. If you look here, there's lots of different foods from different parts of the world. Wonder what your favourite food is. Maybe you could find out where your favourite food comes from. I like Welsh cakes because I come from Wales. Everyone can be kind, even if they're really small or a bit shy. It feels nice to be kind, and it's a good idea too, because if everyone is kind, we'll make a better world. And in this picture, see how many people you can spot being kind. Sharing, playing games, talking to each other, listening to each other. That's the type of world that I'd like to live in. And here, there's a little bit more information and some more pictures of different people helping other people. And at the end, some more pictures of our illustrators. And it says on here, thank you. Thank you to all of the illustrators. And don't forget the the word thank you goes a long, long way to show that you can be kind. Who have you said thank you to today? Maybe you could go now and make a difference. Say thank you to somebody. I'm going to end my story time by saying thank you to you for listening, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.